caught in the crossfire. It's caught in the
Hello everyone, Michael here. Welcome back to another video. And today we are at a very awesome place. We are at the Kennedy Space Center visitor complex. There's some kind of countdown going on right there. Not really sure what that's all about. Space shuttle flag. And I am so excited because if you know anything about me, I am a massive space nerd. And I'm just really excited to be teaching you guys a couple of things. There's some kind of field trip going on over there. We already bought our tickets since we don't have to deal with that during the timeline of this video. It's cool how they did the tickets with the Orion rocket. That's cool. Right there we have a NASA globe and a fountain with President JFK. And over there in the distance we can see the giant shuttle launch system. It's actually the space transportation system for me or something. It was connected to the shuttle to help it launch. Speaking of which, that is a really good saying. For the eyes of the world, we now look into space, to the moon and to the planets beyond, and we have vowed that we shall not see it governed by a hostile flag of conquest, but by a banner of freedom and peace. Well said, JFK. Well said. So now that we're in, we got this giant place of rockets. We got two of the Mercuries, the first successful American astronaut launch. That's the one that did it. Of course, it's not real. It's not the real one. And that's the later Mercury missions, the Atlas something. I can't exactly remember what came after Atlas, but it's called Atlas, okay? And if you're wondering what the red thing is, that's just the crew escape module. At least I think that's what it's called. I can't remember the exact particular name. Over there, we've got the Gemini Rocket, like Titan 2. Not really sure what that rocket is, though. Gemini was basically practice for Apollo. It just helped astronauts practice docking in space. Like, they would send two of these rockets up at a time, and they would dock together with those, with that crew module up there, the little black part. All right, so I actually found a plaque about this rocket right next to the Gemini. This is the Ranger 3, which, did it go to Mars? Let me read a little bit. You know what? I can't really read all this as quick as I can, so pause it, read it if you want to. Because I got places to be. I'll read that at my old time, off camera. And here looks like we got the Delta. Just Delta. No numbers or letters after it, just Delta. Once again, I'll read it off camera. Pause it if you want to read it. And right here, we have the first rocket to ever reach the moon, called the Juno 2. Again, pause the video and read this stuff. But you don't have to if you don't want to. And if you don't want to, you should probably leave the video now, because this video's main purpose is learning. I'm just impressed how they managed to get this rocket to the moon when it's so tiny. And it used solid fuel. Look at that. Also, it used liquid oxygen, looks like. But that's a cool mix. This rocket actually got to the moon. Did it actually get back? I don't know. Still, pretty impressive. And here we have the Juno 1. Over there's the Juno 2. Here's the Juno 1. And on the plaque it says, chasing the Russian bear. Actually, this time I'm gonna read it because actually looks quite interesting. Space was just for science fiction fans until the world's first man-made satellite, the USSR's Sputnik, beep, 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 beep down at us from orbit. At the time, there were many views about the exploration of space. Warhawks. Imagine the future with orbiting bomb platforms and spies in the sky. Peace doves saw it as the dawn of a new beginning for humankind. Either way, America had to get something in orbit in a hurry if we were to be included in a race that had started without us. Atop a Redstone rocket, the military's two-stage Jupiter was stacked with an added fourth stage. Renamed Juno 1, the fourth stage rocket pushed the 11-pound Explorer 1 satellite into orbit on January 31, 1958. There's a brief history lesson for you about the Juno 1. Also, another brief one about the Juno 2, went to the moon. And let's go see what that rocket is. Looks kind of modern. And finally, a rocket that's not from the 90s, the Delta II from 2004. It's nice and teal, my favorite color. And it's big. So again, want to read this stuff, pause the video. If you don't, leave the video. And right here we have the Saturn V 1B. This is basically just a test flight of Saturn V's first stage. Basically, that's what all it is. Here is some stuff that if you want to read, you can pause the video. Again, if you don't want to read it, I suggest you leave the video right now.
Stand back, you get a bigger shot of it.
So right here we have the Saturn, one of the Saturn's 5 giant F1 boosters, which I'm pretty sure were part of the first stage, because yeah, these look exactly the same with this picture of Von Braun standing right next to them. Looks pretty much exactly like that. I like this thing. I know the sky is not the limit because there are footprints on the moon. And I made some of them. That is so true, Buzz. So true. Actually, I wonder if Buzz Lightyear was actually named after this guy, Buzz Aldrin. The second person ever to walk on the moon after Neil Armstrong. Definitely something I'm gonna have to Google later. And right here, we have all the flags of the world and all the countries that help make the ISS. So let's see, we got Belgium, we got Canada, our friendly neighbor, we got Denmark, one of my favorite countries because Lego's made, France, Enchanté, Germany, Italy, pizza, Japan, great country, great technology, Netherlands, a lot of great YouTubers from there, Norway, that's Elsa's country, Russia, the first people ever to go to space, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, the United Kingdom, great country, love it, and us, the United States, and our very own Star-Spangled Banner. Look at this, I think, oh no, this is, I almost said it's Apollo, but this is Orion. Look how huge it is. Oh, look, there's some people in there. Hypothetical people, that is. And look how it's spinning. Look at those tilings. I think they might be using the same as the shuttle. I mean, anyways, that's where we're gonna be going next. And look at this. This looks like Lego and maybe like Pathfinder's partner, I think. Yeah, I think this is what it is. Wow. This is something. And look at this, Space Shuttle Atlantis. There's the shuttle launch system.
It's the space transportation system.
Not sure how that's called. I'm just gonna call it shuttle launch system because it's the name that suits it most. The orange thing is the fuel tank, and these two are the liquid fuel boosters. And now that I have my mask on, we're behind the shuttle launch system. We're going inside. The adventure has only begun. And now we have to stand in line for a long time. This might take a while. I'll be right back.
2,000 years later.
So after standing in line, we're here and we're gonna watch a little movie.
You want to reduce the CO2 buildup.
We need a better safety margin. The crew can tolerate a short-term increase, but...
Engineering? Morning, Betty. What, right now? Building 36?
I didn't even know there was a building 36. Must be important. Everyone's here. We have propulsion, aerothermal, flight dynamics.
Anyone know why we're here?
For this.
Good morning. We're going to create America's next spacecraft. It's going to launch like a rocket and land like an airplane, and it's going to be reusable.
You know, with a rocket.
It's not a rocket, it's a shuttle.
Now it's time to go to the next step. Sketch pad to launch pad. Going to the moon was a camping trip. Now our job is to work and live in space. This vehicle has to do something that we have never done before. Perform 4 key tasks and be able to do them over and over again. There is nothing easy about putting a ship back up into space, let alone a whole fleet of ships. But first, let's talk about the launch. We have never designed engines and vehicles that can be reused. But we will, and once we're in orbit, we go to work. We want to take all kinds of cargo up there in addition to the people. Science labs, satellites, even a space station. And when all the work is done, we gotta bring everybody back home. All right now. Country's waiting. Let's build ourselves a space shuttle.
It's too big, it's too heavy. But we're launching one spaceship on the back of an even bigger one.
What if we split the booster into its pieces? Rockets, fuel tank.
It's supposed to be reusable. How do we get all those parts home?
What if we just throw the fuel tank away? We're running all new processes, procedures, manuals. We've never had to reuse a ship before.
We're also going to have to build some really big garages.
Sir, what if she lands somewhere other than Florida? How did she get back here? It's a glider.
Buy her a plane ticket home.
Ablative heat shields are heavy, and they burn up on re-entry. We need a more reusable solution. Silica foam tiles. Thousands of them. fitted together in one lightweight, reusable heat shield.
Another holdup with the engines? Tell me some good news with the tiles.
The heat shield bond keeps failing. The tiles keep falling off.
So another delay. How long? How long?
1.5 to 2 years.
Well, this is going to be fun to tell my boss. Everybody get back to work.
How do you feel?
I'll let you know. When they come home.
The President's message said, "You go forward this morning on a daring enterprise, and you carry the hopes and prayers of all Americans with you." And astronaut John Young, the commander of the mission, replied, "That's a right fine speech. We sure appreciate it."
This launch of Columbia marks NASA's first manned test flight ever flown into space with people on board. Coming up on 5-minute point. 5-minute after Friday's fifth launch attempt.
Alright, so that was cool, but the best part is that was only part 1. Part 2 is behind the doors we're about to go into. And I'm excited. Alright, so now we're at the second part, and looks like it's sunrise in Florida. Florida.
Please, welcome to Atlantis. If for any reason you need to leave.
Doors are closing by themselves. This is cool. Alright, let's go here.
Homes 1 not required. Welcome to space.
million miles. Atlantis, welcome home.